Hello, Maverick traders, and welcome out to your daily market roundup. This is Ankit here, and let's break down today's market price action and most importantly, talk about our upcoming 24 hours here. As always, we'll be taking a look at broader market analysis, take a look at what's moving the markets, take a look at heat map, and then we'll take a look at some possible setups ahead. Let's get into it.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional stock and option traders. Maverick Trading is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
So jumping into our market analysis, let's just jump right into the numbers here. And today, again, was no different than yesterday. As you take a look at it, markets, we had another extension of the gains that we saw yesterday. So you can see the S&P up nicely. We have the Qs up very nicely. So they're all extended on to the gains that we had yesterday. Now, the small caps did not participate in that rally. But again, something we're going to watch out. We had a massive gain yesterday. So something we'll take a look at. You can see the Dow was flat as well. Oil mostly flat. And then we have gold, which again had a massive move to the downside yesterday after the election. And we are seeing the gold is sort of rebounding as well. So there's a lot of big movements that took place in the last 24 hours. And they're all either self-correcting itself or they're adding on to the gains. Now, if you take a look at the daily news today, again, market extending new highs. But then we also had the FOMC today. And they cut rates by 25 basis points. Now, that was mostly expected. And in the statement, there was nothing alarming. Everything was status quo. So here we are, looking, there's not a whole lot of fear now in the markets or any anticipation of events. We already had the elections behind us. So, markets are now in a good spot here as we are preparing for this end of the year rally if there's going to be. Now, if you take a look at the chart here, and you can see that market were kind of in a rough spot going into this week. And then here we are, last 3 days, some massive gains to the upside. So, it definitely looked extended after a consolidation. We had a massive move. We are up, I think, about 4.5%. So, at this point, we could see some pullbacks, but I think those pullbacks are likely to be a good buying opportunity. As long as, again, we hold this prior, resistance level, which is now the support level, as long as it holds, the market still looks in a pretty good shape here. There's not a whole lot of fear that I think that can really derail anything here. Now, if you take a look at the Qs, looks very similar. We had a massive gain, massive breakout. Now, again, prior resistance is now support. I do expect either a bit of a slowdown or inside candle, but I think those pullbacks are likely to be a good buying opportunity. But overall, market sentiment remains positive. Now, if you take a look at the small caps, you can see that it was a massive gap higher. And we could see today, we just have a bit of an inside candle today. So again, that's kind of expected after the big move. But again, massive gap here. Something that we are going to pay close attention to in the next coming weeks. Is there a rotation? Do we see small caps start to outperform? Again, right now we're not seeing that. But if we start to add on to the gains from here off these highs, I think that would be a good time to see if there's a broadening of that market rally. Do we start to see some of the underperformers start to catch up towards the end of the year? I think that's something we're going to pay close attention to as we go into the year end. Now, if we take a look at the numbers, you can see that it was still heavily weighted. Like the gains today were all in the big stuff. You can see Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, Tesla. Again, that's really where it's very concentrated into this, this tech sector. Outside of that, you can see there was a lot of red. So I think one thing that really hasn't changed, that I'm really hoping to see a change, is that the market breadth becomes better, where we start to see other things sort of taking that part in this massive broad rally. We want to see that rally sort of broaden a little bit here. So we'll find out in the upcoming few weeks if that's going to happen. But overall, you can see the big name continues to outperform. Now, if we take a look at the advanced decline ratio and the above and down below 50 moving average, you can see that today 64% was up. So considering how bullish today was, the advanced decline didn't really reflect that. And then we take a look at the plus minus 50 moving average. Now, this number has kind of clawed back into the numbers that we have seen for the most part of this year. This number got really worse just a week or two ago as the market started to dip, and now we're back at that level. So I really want to see that we start to, improve this number from a 63%, go up a bit to 70%. That will again give us an indication that we are seeing a broadening of that market rally, but everything sort of seems very concentrated here. So as far as the outlook goes, again, we have not a whole lot of resistance in play here. We cleared out some clear levels. The outlook, again, we were looking at either a +2 or a -2. I think we are in the +2 area again going into next week. And we are in this interesting time where, we'll start to see performance chasing a lot of the end of the year rally. So something I think will keep the market on the upside. And we have the Fed that's really not as dovish or hawkish. They're right in the middle there. So there's not a lot of overhang for these markets to pull back. Now, as we take a look at the setups here, again, a lot of gaps that has happened. Yesterday we saw there's a lot of movements that look extended, but I'm just looking at things that are likely to move or looks like in a decent pattern. The first one comes is Upstart. Again, this thing had a massive had a nice move up that we went consolidating for quite a bit, and we had earnings. And this thing is breaking out again. We got a nice little volume for the last 3 days. So this thing again, I like it further to the upside here, going into the year end. Now, taking a look at the next one, this is the Micron. You can see that for 1, 2, and this is the third time that we are testing that resistance level. So as you know, that more we test this resistance, it's likely going to break out. Now here we are, Bitcoin prices. They had a massive gain yesterday, up like 8, 9, I think about 10% yesterday we saw. So that's again helping a lot of the, this stock that's more related to that as well. So you can see this thing has a chance to break out. So I'm looking for a confirmation as we get a breakout. We get this close above that resistance. That will give us a green signal that this is ready to run higher. And the last one is Roblox. You can see this thing also had earnings, had a nice massive volume, and here we are moving nicely higher as well. So there's going to be, these stocks that are not like overly highly valued. I think they could have a bit of a performance chasing towards the end of the year. So this one again, like it as we go into the upcoming few weeks. Now, on the weaker side, healthcare, again, is really a clear weak sector. You can see this one, J&J, just no signs of relief, just keep dropping here. I like it, again, playing this bear call spread going into even November and December. And then we take a look at Pfizer, same thing, looks pretty weak. So a lot of the healthcare stuff looks pretty weak to me here. So as we close out this outlook, again, taking a look at market looks extended, but I think overall sentiment remains bullish. Any pullbacks that happens are likely to be short-lived. I think those probably be those healthy pullbacks that you want to get long into. As far as the economic reports go, we don't have a whole lot tomorrow. We already had the bunch of it already out of the way, FMC out of the way. So, we are sort of in a clear coast here as we go into tomorrow. Not a big earnings day tomorrow either. I think a lot of the big stuff is behind us. So again, this is a great time to start looking for value, start preparing your year end, start to see where the performance chasing is. And I think that's really where the big opportunity is going to be in the upcoming couple of months, which I think there's still going to be a good opportunity. We just need to be in the right place at the right time here. Well, thanks for joining here. We'll see you in the next update. Happy trading.